The high pressure is digging in and everything is trending warmer just a little bit every day, a little bit warmer. Meanwhile, up in the northeast sector of British Columbia, the Peace End, running north up to Fort Nelson, up to the Yukon border and Northwest Territories border, Alberta border as well. That whole area is an area of fire problems right now. We're going to look at some of the stories regarding the fire growth that's been happening, particularly in British Columbia. Okay, let's go. There it is. This is bad news.
My God. Not right now.
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll watch the video later. They dry mopping this. Over on the Alberta side of the Peace, we got this update. 7 fires burning in the Peace River Forest area alone, classified as under control. 2 as out of control. The largest of these is PWF 044, which is almost 40,000 hectares in size. Holy shit. It's burning 65 kilometers east of the town of Manning on the east side of the Peace River. Thankfully, this fire does not pose a risk to communities. A fire ban's in effect for almost the entire forest area, meaning at all outdoor wood fires are banned, including wood campfires, both public land, private land, designated campgrounds, backyard fire pits, in your armpits, everywhere. Fires in BC are burning and sending some smoke down into Alberta. You can see the Saskatchewan fires are really picking up, and they're sending their smoke up and around back in towards the Hudson Bay area. You can see where that low, basically put a little L right in the middle of that and show you where the low pressure system is, a mid-latitude cyclone that's moved across, creating all this chaos. Even some of that smoke now making it down into southern Ontario. There's widespread smoke warnings and special weather statements. We won't go through all of it, but basically large segments of Western Canada, even into Ontario now, experiencing a lot of smoke. Fires from BC putting smoke into Alberta. Alberta fires starting to kick up more and more. Saskatchewan fires absolutely raging in the wind that they've been having there today. Yes, we'll have to come with another whole video just to talk about Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Today we're just going to stick to BC, but as you can see, air quality is a problem down the board. Air quality statements. That's why we're not going to read through them all. There's a lot of them. Here we go, up and running. This will give you a really good idea where our hotspot areas are, where our smoke is trending, how bad it is moving straight eastward for the most part. Yeah, I mean, it's curling down around. You can see where the low is moving, where it's projected to move just by the motion, the counterclockwise motion here. You can assume that's the low doing that because that's what lows do. So you can see fires in BC and Alberta. Here's the provincial report so far in British Columbia. 67 active wildfires. We've got 4 new ones in the last 24 hours. But 4 new ones, but they've got 10 they put out in the last 24 hours. So that number's gone down overall. The active wildfires and 28 put out in the last 7 days. After high winds and lightning activity on the weekend, we're seeing the potential for new fires to start in the southeast and northeast regions of BC. We're still waiting for some of those fires to wake up. Still waiting to see some of those lightning strikes that may be crawling around out there to show some smoke. The combination of factors is likely to intensify fire behavior, especially in areas that have been dealing with drought year after year, such as northeast corner of the province. We're expecting a combination of hot, dry, and windy conditions as the week progresses more and more across the province. So right now we got 2 wildfires of note in the province. 57% are out of control. 19% are being held. 24% of our fires are under control. We got 3 evacuation orders on the Summit Lake wildfire, Catnaw River wildfire, Shetland Creek wildfire, and a couple of alerts going on right now. But all in all, things are pretty quiet. We got quite a few fire bans through the province as well. I'm not going to take you through the fire bans. That's up to you to know. 90% of our active wildfires are caused by lightning. There's this perception that people are out there starting fires. We got 6 human-caused fires and 1 that we're not sure about, right? So look at that. 60 out of 67 fires we know were started by lightning strikes. That's very typical in the BC interior, especially as we're getting more and more we're getting to, seeing lightning activity. The Catnaw Creek wildfire is burning over Kelly Lake Road. That's G70422, this wildfire. 3,900 hectares. It's spreading or anticipated to spread. Let's have a look at this one. It's out of control. There is an evacuation order there. The incident's creating increased levels of interest. Strong winds and southwesterly winds increased fire activity across several areas of the fire. The most significant growth occurred on the southeast flank, where fire behavior intensified between Catnaw River and Highway 52. The fire did not move westward, but actively picked up on the north flank last night. The fire remains west of Highway 52 at the junction of the Kelly Lake Road. Winds are expected to be lighter than yesterday today. However, temperatures will continue to rise every day into the week. Before we get to the weekend, we're going to see things be a little bit warmer. Relative humidity will remain low with poor overnight recovery. So the overnight is not putting out hot spots as much as we'd like to see. The down conditions at night, we're not getting the humidity. We're not getting the dew onto things the way we need. With dry, windy conditions forecast to continue through the week, the risk of further fire growth remains pretty high. Stronger winds are expected to return tomorrow, increasing through Thursday and Friday. Okay, crews remain focused on securing the entire west side of the fire, west of 97 Highway. Yesterday, planned ignitions were successful. They reinforced control lines. Today, crews will take advantage of more favorably northwesterly winds to carry out additional ignition operations. Helicopters are supporting efforts with bucketing there. The east flank and section of the fire that's of the south flank west of Highway 52 remain the most difficult areas to control due to wind-driven fire activity and volatile fuels. Right? These conditions continue to limit direct attack options, which means you can't get in front of it because the fire will keep coming at you, right? And you can put a line there, it might just blow over the line. So direct attack on those has not been. They have to come at the side, if at all, if they can at all, right? So there is a number of evacuations there. Structure protection personnel are on site as well. So that's good. We got 125 firefighting personnel already on incident, 11 helicopters there, 18 pieces of heavy machinery. So they are really, really making sure to hit this hard. Structure protection is responding to the incident as well. It's one of the fires that's most concerning in the province, at least, because of, it's in a more southerly place. Well, a lot of our other fires remain far up on the go here. We got a couple fires. This is kind of new to me here by the East Pine. G70484 near Chetwynd, on the Chetwynd side of the river there. Let's find out some details. What's going on with this one? It's out of control, of course, and let's see what we got for a response there. Crew is responding to the fire, so this is probably a new one. 0.2 hectares discovered June 3rd. Yes, a brand new fire just discovered there. And you just look where our fire danger is the highest right now in the province, and you can see it's for the most part, at its worst in that north area. But we do have moderate and some areas of high danger elsewhere in the province. We're starting to see these areas expand a little bit. Each time we get into a dry condition like we are, we're starting to see more and more of this sort of return. We had a lot of rain up into the Caribou Mountains this weekend, so we're going to be good for a while into this whole quadrant, including over on the other side of 16 Highway. Southeast is fairly dry, but all of our fires, it seems like, in the southeast and even in closer to Jasper side here, it looks like they're all under control or being contained, at least as it is. Whereas a lot of these fires now, we're seeing a lot of fires, a lot of brand new fires from all the lightning strikes over the weekend. So that's concerning. We got this guy here that's challenging Highway 97. So we're concerned about this. G80352, I should say. 7,733 hectares already. Yes, due to the size of the fire and weather conditions, smoke is causing poor visibility for motorists on the highway. Hot and dry conditions continue for most of northeastern BC today. No thunderstorms or lightning in the forecast, though. Not pretty much for the rest of the week. BC is work week, at least. BC is immune from that kind of stuff, and we're going to just stay every day nudging a touch warmer. Fire showing rank 2 and 3 behavior on Tuesday morning. If it's showing that behavior in the morning, that's a little bit concerning for me. That means that fire is probably up and running. Pockets displaying rank 4. So it's the afternoon. What do you think's going on in the afternoon, the warmest part of the day? I would expect that rank 2, 3, we're probably looking at 4 or maybe even a little. It could be, I don't know. I don't know if the conditions are there to go higher than 4 or not. But the fact that they were seeing 4 this morning means you're most certainly seeing some of that behavior at this hour. Because what time is it right now? It's 4:21, as a matter of fact, at the time of recording here. There's 90 people from British Columbia Wildfire Service there, and we got air tankers and helicopters. So these fires all up to the east of Prophet River are in an area where we're expecting extreme fire danger. So we're seeing fires that are standing up and doing things that are somewhat crazy, right? So some of these fires have grown a lot in the north. This one has grown a lot this week. It really has. So we'll see if we can get the lowdown here. If I can just click on the right dot. A couple smaller fires near there. G90216, this is the one. 73,000 hectares now. It's huge. That's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. 73,000 hectares. It was continuation of fire activity that began in the 2023 and 2024 series, smoldering underground through the winter. So we've been watching some of these ones up here all spring kind of coming and going. Look at this, though. Mostly sunny today it was. Some winds up to 30 kilometers an hour at time. There was minimum RH of 15 to 25%, highs of 19 to 23. So they probably saw some crossover weather there. Upper ridge persists through Thursday, leaving slow but steady increase in temperatures and progressively lower relative humidity every day. So winds will continue to be relatively light and from the west northwest. Weak cold front associated with a trough may skirt across northern BC, bringing some stronger winds and a chance of thunderstorms by Friday. We'll be on top of that story here. Objectives along the Comey Road have been completed. What else we got here? Wildfires as a result of overwintering fire activity. Several fires in the region that smoldered underground through the winter now actively burning. Incident management teams are monitoring it with tactics and crew assignments to determine fire behavior. Incident management team is on this. There's 15 helicopters assigned to the Fort Nelson complex in general. But how much work they're doing on it, I don't know, right? So the burns deep in the forest floor, often several feet down in layers of peat and duff, and by the time the smoke appears, fire is well established. Suppression takes significant time, water and personnel, especially in areas with limited access, few natural water sources up there. That's one thing I found when I was up there is there's not a lot of water up there, man. It's dry country with finite firefighting resources. Efforts are being prioritized toward wildfires that pose greatest risk to values. Given the scale of the area impacted by fires since 2023, spanning 1.8 million hectares, it would take a very large number of personnel and equipment to fully action every hot spot up there. This guy is right now under quite a bit of cloud cover, so that's kept fire activity reduced. But you see it was fairly busy there in the last couple days. This fire kind of out there in the middle of nowhere somewhat. Now we have G90413, the Rocky Mountain Protected Area. That one showed a lot of activity today. Area up there by Liard River showing some activity. Then we go back closer to the Alberta border, Northwest Territories, and we can see where G90216 is. And it's big, and there's a lot of activity, a lot of hot areas burning. It continues to just burn up there, and you can see where the smoke is going to the southeast. G90220, a couple hot spots showing up there, a couple hot spots showing up on 90425, showing some activity. Yeah, a little bit of an organized front there, a little bit of an organized front here on 8320. Looks like it's taking a bit of a run there. There has been 80426 taking some runs. We got this guy out here, doesn't have a name on it on this map here. It's taking some runs, so we're seeing a lot of fire activity uptick in the Peace area. Here's 80352 showing some activity up there today. Some activity right there by the Rocky Mountains as well. Some activity. Here's 70422 showing activity as well. I don't know. Some of that could be from ignition operations that they said they want to do today. At least this cumulus cloud cover has helped keep temperatures probably down a little bit through the afternoon. And over on the Alberta side here, we're seeing some fires showing some activity. We got HWF 036 2025. That one has really pushed along that southern flank, it looks like, as well. So just giving us some ideas as to what we're seeing for fire activity out there in the BC Northeast and I guess the Alberta Northwest as well. So expect that fire activity in northern BC to keep trending upward this week, especially as we come through the next couple of days. Every day is just a little tick warmer in British Columbia. Things just keep drying out more and more and more. And I think we'll see some possible winds up through there before the weekend or maybe into the weekend. So we're starting to have a pretty good idea what's going to happen this weekend. I will make a forecast video and talk about that stuff all soon. For now, though, that's all I got for you. Hit like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. It's the only channel of its kind in a way in Canada. Okay, thank you, everybody. Bye now.